When you look at a typical American state capitol, you see exactly what tradition dictates: imposing, classical architecture topped with a large, perfectly symmetrical dome. But here in Bismarck, North Dakota, the state capitol is a stark, towering high-rise that completely abandons that classical mold. This design is so distinct that it has built a significant following in online communities dedicated to the study of replica and souvenir architecture. It raises the question of how a rural prairie state decided to trade classical prestige for a radical, modernist skyscraper. The shift was born from a crisis. Early on Sunday morning, December 28, 1930, a janitor saw flames leaping from the Senate chambers of the old brick capitol. By dawn, the building was a total loss. The state needed a new seat of government immediately, but North Dakota was in the middle of the Great Depression. As this photograph shows, the state was far from wealthy, and its resources were severely limited. State planners decided that a showy, ornamental building was impossible. Instead, they focused on a structure that looked to the future and could accommodate a modern government with multiple agencies. The fire became the necessary catalyst for a bold experiment in functional, highly efficient design. The 1934 solution was a skyscraper. Building vertically maximized operational efficiency and allowed the state to house its entire government while saving on the costs of a larger, sprawling footprint. This layout introduced aggressive asymmetry. Instead of a balanced wingspan, the design placed a massive tower off-center, balanced by a wider lower wing. Despite this, the complex is anchored by a central axis running perfectly through the main entrance and down the Capitol Mall. By the year 2000, as the state government grew, adding massive new buildings and parking meant finding a way to expand while respecting this existing lopsided geometry. The 2000 master plan established formal rules for growth. To maintain campus character, the plan clusters new building footprints tightly around the tower's eastern base. This compact placement minimizes winter walking distances for staff while leaving a respectful buffer zone for the governor's residence. Security also forced a redesign of the original entrance. To protect against potential threats, the old drive-through beneath the main steps was removed and replaced by this pedestrian-only Capitol Plaza. To support this, a perimeter loop road was implemented to redirect traffic away from the building entrances and prioritize the pedestrian experience in the center. The landscaping followed a similar shift toward practicality, moving away from high-maintenance lawns toward meandering trails and native North Dakota prairie plants. To unify the sprawling campus, the plan set strict placement rules for signage and introduced uniform lighting standards to create a cohesive visual identity across the grounds. This master plan integrated the open lawns of the complex into a system that regulates growth, security, and the natural environment. At night, the North Dakota State Capitol Complex appears as an integrated, glowing part of the city. Its design was dictated by the brutal constraints of the 1930s, where every architectural choice had to be justified by its usefulness. Those historical roots remain active today, with the modern master plan still using that same prioritization of function to determine where every sidewalk and parking deck is placed. The complex suggests that a landmark can establish its authority through the strict, long-term application of functional logic, rather than through marble columns or grand domes. By embracing its constraints, North Dakota built a masterclass in functional design that continues to expand without losing its uniquely asymmetrical soul.